Hi, I'm Rod. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm listening to Billy Joel, and he will be performing It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. This is the official music video. So here we go.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Well, maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trashy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white wall tires? Are you gonna cruise a miracle mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet's a true baby blue continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers, it's always in the same old scene. There's a new band in town, but you can't get the sound from the story in a magazine aimed at your average teen. How about a pair of pink sidewinders and a bright orange pair of pants? Well, you could really be a poor bumble, baby, if you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers. You get more mileage from a cheap pair of sneakers. Next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyway, it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? Should I try to be a straight-A student? If you are, then you think too much. Don't you know about the new fashion, honey? All you need are looks and a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyway, it's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me.
So that was Billy Joel, and It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. I like that. The music in this is great. Start with the rhythm section. You've got Liberty DeVito on drums, percussion, and Doug Stegmaier on bass. They're both great in this. Then the guitars, Dave Brown and Russell Javers, and they're both great as well. The saxophone, Richie Kanata, got a saxophone solo. I think that's not unusual in a Billy Joel song. Again, I don't know. I'm aware of his big hits, or at least some of them. And I don't think it's an unusual thing. My impression is that it's not unusual for him to have a saxophone solo in his songs. And then we have Billy Joel on piano and vocals. His vocals are great. The lyrics themselves, both he's having a response to some music critics and their critique of him, as well as the music industry and um, publicists and managers, how music is promoted and advertised, all of that gets mentioned in this song. So he's kind of he didn't appreciate music critics calling his music middle of the road pop, or I think the other was it adult contemporary. There's a way they described his music. Again, the songs that I'm familiar with, I wouldn't call them that either. He also felt that the new styles of music, generally speaking, weren't that new. They were just I guess older genres that were being brought back into fashion. I think new wave was a particular the description of new wave, I think it was new wave music, that really got under his skin, and he felt that really when you looked at it, it was just garage rock being brought back into the popular mainstream again, garage rock from the 60s, which wasn't surprising because new wave was an offshoot of the punk scene, and at least the first wave of punk were heavily influenced by the 60s garage rock bands. But this song is quite cynical in its look at the music industry, publishers, managers. I think Joel himself had been told to dress a certain way and act a certain way to appeal to a younger crowd, but he refused to do that because he felt that his music would be relevant regardless of how he looked or how he dressed, which at least should be true. I kind of agree with him about the music labels, and a lot of music bands do. A lot of music fans like the labels, but a lot of musicians don't. Musicians like Ozzy Osbourne have spoken out numerous times how he felt that it hurt him, and he would have had more access to more people, more listening to his music if he had been sold as a rock and roll performer rather than a metal performer. Bands like Motorhead didn't like the label metal either, and they had a saying, "We are Motorhead and we play rock and roll." AC/DC are another one who were labelled metal and hard rock, and they always said, "We are a rock band, a rock and roll band." So a lot of musicians and bands don't like these labels. Some of the fans do. But yeah, I don't really think it's good for music as a whole. But anyway, a bit about Joel. William Martin Joel is an American singer, songwriter and pianist, commonly nicknamed the Piano Man after his signature 1973 song of the same name. Joel has had a successful music career as a solo artist since the 1970s. From 1971 to 1993, he released 12 studio albums that spanned the genres of pop and rock music, and in 2001 released a one-off studio album of classical music compositions. Joel is one of the world's best-selling music artists and the fourth best-selling solo artist in the United States, with over 160 million records sold worldwide. Glass House is his 7th studio album, released on March 12, 1980. It's Still Rock and Roll to Me is track 4, written by Billy Joel. The song peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 2 weeks, from July 19th, from July 19th through August 1st, 1980, making it Joel's first number 1 hit single in the US. The song spent 11 weeks in the top 10 and was the 7th biggest hit of 1980, according to American Top 40. He was inspired by the realization that after reading a review of a particular unnamed band, Billy had no idea what their music sounded like. That said, I think things like pub rock, even R&B these days, don't mean a lot. Some of the bands that I've heard that have been labelled as R&B, I'd call pop music. Pub rock has never really meant anything. I think R&B once did, but it doesn't seem to these days. Pub rock could be anything. I've spent a lot of time seeing pub rock bands here in Australia, and they've been everything from punk to new wave to R&B to rock and roll to rockabilly. It just describes the venue rather than the music itself. The song conveys Joel's criticism of the music industry and press, commenting on new musical styles of the time, such as new wave, being mere remashes of older music styles. It also addresses changing trends and attitudes of the era. So I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you would like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by liking, subscribing and commenting. It all helps, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Thanks for watching.